Welcome to Great Southern Bank Arena, Springfield, Missouri. It's the Valley on ESPN as we're winding down the regular season tonight. The Bears of Missouri State get set to take on the Bradley Braves. And a pleasant good evening, one and all. I'm Kevin Lehman, Scott Warman. Great to have you alongside. Big matchup between these two teams, Kevin. And when we mean big, we mean big. The bigs on both of these teams, they can be a force inside.
Well, Bradley comes in with great length in that front line with Leons and Hannah. They cause you problems, not only rebound it, but ability to cause deflections and get runouts. And you've got Missouri State. This is the most physical front line in the Valley. And this is a team that's getting healthy. No one wants to see them in St. Louis because this is a scary good team.
We also know that our guards on both of these teams can score. For Bradley, Duke Dean can score, and he can score a lot.
And he can score in a number of ways. Duke Dean, he's 5'9", but he has the ability to go over the screen with a quick pull-ups. He's got a mid-range game. He's developed a step back. He's able to square his shoulders up. The Duke can get to the lane and score in traffic. He is fearless in his ability to score the basketball and is a high-level producer for the Bradley Braves. On the other side, you got Alston Mason. He is wired to score the basketball. That's old school rocker step move by Alston Mason. He can get to the basket, comes off those screens, great hesitation, and gets it right to the rim. And they run a number of sets to get him the three ball. He can dribble, pass, and shoot. They don't have to run many plays. He's able to score on his own, and in transition, you better get the ball stopped or Mason will get all the way to the rim for the Bears.
Yeah, Kevin, Mason and company want to bounce back after losing the matchup earlier this year in January against the Braves. A 20-plus point win as the Braves took advantage in that second half and pulled away, and we are underway. We are in the final 2 weeks of the regular season. A lot on the line for both of these teams. Bears and Braves, and Hickman gets us started.
Flare screen, Hickman fades over the top, and Hickman off to a great start with a deep three for the Bradley Braves.
And that is important, as you know, especially on the road for these Bradley Braves, is to get off on a good start.
Well, that has been one of their issues, and we'll talk about that in the keys. Chance Moore also a big-time scorer for the Bears.
Bears coming off a victory here on Saturday as take a look at the starting lineups. And there's Leons just off the mark. NJ Benson with the rebound. Bears coming away, and they had a 10-point deficit against Valpo and come away with a victory. And Bradley with a tough loss as you were at that contest on Sunday in Cedar Falls.
They got off to a poor start, and they fought their way back and had a chance to get within 5 or 6 in the second half against the Panthers.
All right, Kevin, why don't we get you keys to the game? Brought to you by Grinnell Mutual Insurance. Grinnell Mutual Insurance, trust in tomorrow.
Well, we already talked about Bradley. Get out of the blocks, get out of the starting blocks. They need a great start. They've struggled in their losses, got behind early, and we also mentioned their length. It leads not only to block shots, but their deflections and rebounds, able to get their fast break started. And for Missouri State, I call them the bullies on the backboards. This is a physical front line with Donovan Clay. They will beat you up inside, and they are now getting healthy, and this is a happy bunch. They fought injuries all year. This is a team with a lot of talent, and they've got healthy bodies.
As you see, the record since 2018-19, identical between these two teams. Of course, Bradley with the big regular season victory. It had been a while for the folks on the hilltop to call themselves the regular season champs in the Valley. Big season last year for Bradley. Hickman off the mark on his second attempt, and back the other way for Missouri State.
Good matchup of guards here. These are small guys in Lee and Dean, but they got some big hearts.
Lee has played really well of late.
Took that Valpo game over in the second half for the Bears and led them to victory.
Mason missed the last game, wasn't feeling well in the starting lineup, and he gets fouled. There you see, 9th season already in Peoria for Brian Wardle. And an amazing job, the reclamation project basically from the ground up and bringing pride into the Braves basketball program once again at Bradley.
Well, you think about what he did, Scott. That first year, 5 wins. Year number 4, year number 5, punched his ticket to the NCAA tournament. What a great rebuild by Brian Wardle.
I remember that year, back in 2015-16, if memory serves me, my addition is correct. I think he brought back like 2 or 3 guys, which at the time was unheard of. Now, that's the norm.
But they've been a picture of consistency ever since that 2019 NCAA tournament team.
Hickman with a nice pass and the finish by Hanna. Boy, they ran that to perfection.
They like to run that. If you're going to do drop coverage, they'll run to that backside where there's no help defense. That's the length of that Bradley front line.
And the Bears doing a nice job keeping it alive, get the offensive glass. Leak, good entry. Benson can't finish, but he's fouled.
Ball screen, we see the end of this, but the defender helps out on Hickman, and he just throws up near the rim. You and I could go get that one, Scotty. There's a large margin of error on that pass.
Hanna with 19 in the matchup earlier this season back at Carver between these two teams.
Hanna, one of the most improved players in this league. And Benson and Matthew Lee, they run that high ball screen pick and roll as good as anyone in the league.
Speaking of improvement, I know talking to Coach Ford before the season started, I said, hey, Coach, who's your most improved players it looks like right now? Obviously, this is before the season started. He said, NJ Benson has worked so hard in my offseason, Scott. He's really going to be a difference maker from one year to the next.
That Valpo game, he had a quiet double-double.
Yeah.
18 points, 13 rebounds. I had to double-check that stat. 6 double-doubles this season for NJ Benson.
Hickman cuts the corner with the left hand.
The thing about Hickman is shoot that 3, but he's got the great strength to get to the rim.
Defense by Atlason. Getting the start here tonight with the regular 4.
Brian Ward told me I need to go with my bigger lineup because of the strength inside of this Missouri State Bears team. And that's why Atlason got the start.
There's the top rebounding team in the Missouri Valley Conference. And the bailout as the foul is called on Chance Moore.
Chance Moore has to be careful. One of the problems he's had, he's picked up early fouls in the last few games. Great shot fake, stretch it out. Moore rakes him across the left arm. Now keep an eye on Hickman, this Scotty. They like to run him off these pin down screens after he inbounds. Here he comes.
And for 3, little strong. Another offensive rebound for Bradley. Hickman spots it up. Ooh, rolls out. Play on the drive. Left hand just short. Hanna pulls down the rebound. Here come the Braves. Dean wants to push it. Good ball rotation. Oh, robbed by Atlason.
Dana Ford said this is the best passing team, the Bradley Braves in the Valley. Great process, just missed the shot.
Benson trying to get the offensive board, and he can't. Hanna again inside, and he's fouled. Hanna so far this season has only had 3 games where he shot under 50%. Now, granted, he's taking those high percentage shots, but he's taking advantage of those high percentage shots.
He is the poster child for Brian Wardle's big men. He brings them in, long, athletic youngsters, develops them, and by the time they're upperclassmen, terrific producers for the Braves. And your point, Hannah's ranked nationally in field goal percentage. Top 10 in the nation.
64% heading into this week's action.
And he's only second in the Valley. Behind Darnell Brody.
Right. Connor Linke will come in for Darius.
Linke saw a couple minutes at Northern Iowa as Brian Ward was trying to develop his bench before he heads to St. Louis.
Talking to Brian about that a few weeks ago when I saw him and they were taking on Southern Illinois. And he said the same thing. He really trying to grow his bench, especially get his big four some minutes down on the bench, especially when you get into crunch time like we are in right now.
And the games they've lost to recently, the bench has struggled. Oh, great sign.
Only 18% of the scoring this season for Bradley has come from their bench.
Linke with a strong finish.
Edwards driving on Linke. Ooh, good help defense.
There's the length. We've seen it at the rim. They have contested everything the Bears take into the paint.
Davis also checking in, trying to get some help. Hickman, time winding down. And it'll be Bears basketball when we come back. Just underway here in Great Southern Bank Arena. There is Hannah and the Braves with an early lead.
Live sports.
I don't have to hear, Mom, just a few more minutes. Ready? They can play it in the living room and in the car. It does both. Nintendo Switch. It's two things in one thing.
I can get the exact same brand of contacts from 1-800-CONTACTS that I can get from my eye doctor.
Right now, you can save 25% on your first order, plus fast free shipping right to your door.
Hey, CoverGirls, plant power? It's a game changer. Introducing the ultimate plant-powered mascara called Cleantopia. 300% extreme lush volume. Now in dramatic ultramarine black. Cleantopia mascara, ultramarine black. From CoverGirl.
Women's college hoops on ESPN and ABC.
The Stanley Cup Final on ABC and ESPN+.
The Valley on ESPN is brought to you by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Kevin Lehman, Scott Warman, and our entire crew here in Springfield. Great to have you. It's the Valley on ESPN. The Missouri State Bears coming in 15-12, 7-9 is the league record. But they, Kevin, have been the banged up Bears, especially during the regular season.
Trying to get healthy now at the top there, Damian Mayo. He's going to warm up at halftime and play the second half. He's got a knee issue he's dealing with now after the concussion. Kramer out with a knee. Austin Mason had ankle issues and missed that last game with the flu, as you mentioned, Scotty. Matthew Lee with a wrist problem, and he's coming out of that. Ayers dealing with an ankle.
I was talking to Nick Kramer before the game a couple of weeks ago when I was down here when they battled Indiana State, and it didn't look too promising that, unfortunately for Nick, he was going to see any playing time for the rest of the year. And he was really starting to get some big minutes. Dean with the steal. Dean's got to pull back as the Bears do a nice job getting back on defense. Davis, 3 attempt, nope. And a foul is called.
Bradley used that link at both ends, and Dean with the steal. If you look at the steals list in the Valley, this Bradley team has 4 players ranked in the top 15. They are so active with their length and hands at the defensive end.
Birch just short on the mid-range. Bears still looking for their first field goal of the night.
They've gotten the free throw line, and Brian Ward, that's one of his concerns. We need to foul less. But the Bears have been on the attack in the paint.
Mason triple team. Edwards losing the handle. And there's the first bucket at the 13:35 mark.
Nice pickup by Cesar Edwards. That's a tough ball to handle.
Well, Bradley has gone cold here, 1 for the last 7. And Duke Dean changes that with the blink of an eye.
That double high drag screen defender, I think it might have been Lee, went below. Dean will make you pay if you go below those screens.
Mason from the outside.
There's her guy, Austin Mason. Great range.
Dean miscommunication with Linke, and it's a turnover for the Bradley Braves. Dana Ford now in his 6th season at Missouri State. Remember the slow start to the regular season this team was on, and now they've kind of changed their fortunes. And you mentioned it before, health is such a huge factor. A lot of people across the Missouri Valley Conference will tell you this team's healthy when we get to St. Louis in a few weeks. Could be the most dangerous team out of any going to the Gateway City.
Well, Scott, they proved it too, because look at their wins over St. Mary's. At St. Mary's, that could be the best win in the Valley. They've won at Southern. They beat Drake down here in 2 overtimes, and I had them in the Virgin Islands where they walked through that Paradise Jam tournament.
And your guy, Matthew Lee, was the MVP, I believe, for that tournament, correct?
He was terrific in that tournament.
He rips down a triple, and we're tied at 13.
And Birch goes down with it. Ankle. Lee takes advantage.
Hickman just short on the attempt. Mason in transition, and the Bears take the lead.
Lee's health has helped Austin Mason score the basketball.
8-0 run for the Bears.
There's an answer right there by the man from Iceland. Got the start today, Atlason. He's on track to break the 3-point percentage record for the Braves. Nate Cannell at 41%. Atlason shooting at about 42 for the freshman.
Benson challenged by Hannah, gets his own rebound and the stick back.
Benson is a pogo stick on the offensive glass.
Dean put on the afterburners, couldn't finish. Hannah comes up with a loose ball. Hickman trying to get down to Hannah, looking for some help. That time a little strong on the 3 attempt by Alston.
Braves have had some good looks.
Benson again inside, showing some strength.
Those two, Lee and Benson, middle ball screen pick and roll there, as good as I've seen.
And Duke steps into that one.
Defender's trying to go over the top. Duke Dean is turning the corner, getting to his mid-range game, and his release is lightning quick.
After an 0 for 6 start from the field, Bears are now 6 of their last 7.
They ran this play again at middle ball screen, open things up.
Moore with the 3 attempt and in and out. Dean with another 3, and that one will slide out.
Matthew Lee's choosing when he goes below the screens that are set for Dean, and when he goes over the top based on where that screen's at.
Lee cuts the corner. Benson, another offensive rebound. And we got a timeout on the floor. Things are getting interesting here at Great Southern Bank Arena. Winding down the regular season, seeding a big part of what's going on in the Valley as the Bears have the 1-point lead.
I wouldn't trade this for anything.
Trades, they work out sometimes. There's so many places to see, like Los Angeles, Houston, OKC, Phoenix, and the Bay.
We love our new house. We just have questions.
Oh, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your State Farm agent can help you through all the unexpected moments.
I wish Bora Bora had a team.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
It's more than an attraction. It's a destination.
Spend a day doing it all.
Can we go for a ride? That's amazing! So where's this?
It's all here at St. Louis Union Station.
Plan your visit at stlouisunionstation.com.
Every day, you're out there, up before the sun, and pushing forward before the chaos of the day settles in. At Great Southern, we're right there with you because we understand the need for trusted support. Having a team that is seasoned, agile, ready, an award-winning team that knows their customers personally and is behind them at every step. There to assist you, inspire you, and echo your inner dialogue in those quiet moments. Keep going. Whether you're getting ready to meet the day or working on something big, we're your team. Great Southern Bank. Understanding what really matters.
Time now to take a look at tonight's Birdwatch. It is presented by Great Southern Bank. Understanding what really matters, Cap.
Tucker DeVries, he has led Drake into a tie for first place with the Indiana State Sycamores, averaging just under 21 a game. He's got that Larry Bird Trophy from last year, trying to hang on to it again, Scott. And Donovan Clay needs 5 points to reach 1,000 career points for his time here with the Bears. And Connor Hickman, he's on my most improved team, Hickman. Strength at the rim, combined with that ability to shoot threes at 41%. He's already got 5 points tonight for the Bradley Braves.
And you know this as well when you talk to his head coach. He emphatically says that Hickman is really kind of the glue of this whole team. He is so important in so many phases, even from the defensive side of things, which is saying a lot when you got Leons and guys like that out there.
There's my mid-February most improved team. We've got 2 in this game, and Hickman and Arthur Mason.
Partially blocked. There's Leons there. Coming away with it for the Braves.
Darius Hanoff, most improved list also. Maybe even Duke Dean.
Atlason with another 3 attempt. And that will roll out. Last touch by Hannah. Bears basketball.
Dana Ford almost out there on the court. He was so excited on that one. You've got to put a body on those Bradley Braves. They're going to go in there and try to tip that ball, play a little ping pong, keep it alive. Time the Bears able to secure it.
Foul is called. Chance coming off a 25-point performance last weekend where he was 10 of 14 from the field.
He can get it cooking. That long stride, difficult to stay between Moore and the basket.
And they're going to say he stepped on the line. It's a turnover, the 3rd of the first half for MSU.
Scott, seen a lot of that this year. Guys stepping on that sideline.
I noticed that too.
All right, now we're going to see some zone from Missouri State. They use this with a lot of success at Indiana State Sycamores, a game you had, Scott.
Leon's trying to post up on Edwards. Oh, big rebound by Benson.
Oh, that is a weight room rebound. Snatched it off the rim.
But yes, we were here in that Indiana State game, and the Trees won by 2, and 2 days later they were in the top 25, but barely, because the Bears, 40 minutes of zone defense. I don't think I remember seeing that in a college game for decades. Timeout on the floor, 7:55 in our opening half. It's the Braves and the Bears. It's the Valley on ESPN.
Live sports.
More and more people are looking for ways to reduce their carbon footprint and make sustainable choices. In fact, in many states, the electricity and natural gas market has been deregulated, which means you can choose your energy provider. When you switch to Indra Energy, not only will you be doing your part to help the environment by signing up for one of our 100% renewable electricity or 100% carbon offset natural gas plans, but you'll also be supporting a company committed to sustainability. Visit indraenergy.com for more information.
You should switch to 1-800-CONTACTS because
it's super easy, so cheap. I save shipping costs, I save doctor office visit fees.
1-800-CONTACTS always has my exact same brand in stock.
It was cheaper on 1-800-CONTACTS than actually going to the eye doctor.
It's the future. It's amazing.
1-800-CONTACTS.
Right now, you can save 25% on your first order, plus fast free shipping right to your door.
Okay, controllers up. Get the coins. Get the coins. Yeah.
Wow, Gianna, you win! Having a daddy-daughter day, that's my way to play. Nintendo Switch.
The world's largest sports book in Las Vegas is now right at your fingertips here in Illinois. Hi, I'm Derek Stevens. I'm a lifelong sports bettor, and I'm the owner of Circus Sports. We're excited about launching our Circus Sports app in Illinois. It's sports betting the way it should be, with high betting limits, tight money line splits, exceptional customer service, and more. Download your new bookie today at circusports.com. Start betting like a pro from anywhere in Illinois.
The Stanley Cup Final on ABC and ESPN Plus. On ESPN Plus.
All right, gang, let's take a look at our MVC basketball standings. A presentation at Doubletree by Hilton Springfield, the Florida Hotel, the Missouri Valley Conference in the Ozarks. We kind of touched on the top of the show, just the importance, seeding, so important, especially if you can avoid, as you know very well, Kevin, avoid playing on Thursday now that we have 12 teams in the league.
Well, no one's ever won 4 games in a row and won that Sunday game to punch their ticket in the Valley. That's why it's so important to get up there. And you've got Bradley hanging on the 3rd place right now. Missouri State trying to move up the ladder with a win today.
If anything else, Bradley just trying to solidify that number 3 spot. Left hand a little strong by Clay.
Bradley gets some very strong minutes from Connor Linky. Well, continues to look to strengthen his bench. Double team on Leon's.
Leon's wide open for a 3. And the threes are not dropping for Bradley right now. They are 3 for 14. Mason going all the way. Benson couldn't come away with the offensive rebound as Leon's beat him to the punch.
Scott, they've had some good looks from the distance also. The Braves got some tip outs off missed shots, open looks at the 3. They've struggled to convert at a high rate, as you just pointed out.
Demarion Birch checking back in. That's a good sign for the Braves, as remember he left the game a little bit ago. A little gimpy on his ankle.
Didn't play much against Northern Iowa. He had the bit of the flu bug.
3 for 15 now. A couple games I've done at Bradley, though, he's an impressive-looking freshman.
40-plus vertical jump. He's one of the guys they let go one-on-one and create for himself.
Benson against Linky. NJ will head to the free throw line. He has had a very strong first half for Missouri State.
He's been aggressive. They like the matchup on Linky. Leans in, gets the contact. Linky trying to get his hands to the ceiling. But Benson able to create the contact to get himself back to the free throw line.
59% from the line this season.
He shot it well Saturday against Valpo. 6 of 7 from the line for Benson in that game. As much as the Bears are getting fouled, they need to convert at the free throw line.
Leon's got a one-on-one. Davis, kick out. Malavi works it inside, and he gets fouled, and he gets the basket. Determination right here, Kevin.
Defensive player of the year a year ago, but Leon's has improved his offensive weaponry. Shooting three ball at a high rate, has gotten more confident to put it on the floor. Drive by defenders. Become a three-level scorer for the Braves.
There's our Edwards coming back in for Coach Dana Ford's squad. Just over 6 minutes remaining in the opening half. Seesaw battle right now. Braves with a 1-point lead.
Davidson, a good job on Mason.
Lee, a little short on the attempt.
Ball movement by Bradley going seconds, the third side, really moving this defense for the Bears. Trying to find some gaps.
Davis on airs, and he's going to be called for the travel. That's just the second turnover in the opening 20 minutes of play for the Braves.
Good defensive stand by the Bears. They tried that zone for a possession or two. They have kept Bradley out of the paint a few times on that man-to-man. There's that lob again.
Edwards. Oh, he can't finish. Hickman. One and done on the possession for the Braves.
He ran into a wall of white jerseys. Connor Hickman.
Oh, miscommunication there between Clay and Lee. And here comes the Braves on the attack.
Live ball turnovers. Turnovers between his circles. They lead to problems, and Bradley able to get to the free throw line. They had numbers after that turnover. If you look at the Bears, Scott, when they were on that 4-game win streak, the win over Drake and Southern, they were averaging less than 9 turnovers a game. We're really securing the basketball.
Lee. Tipped ahead to Birch. Davis on the baseline. Leon's for an NBA three. And Hannah gets the offensive rebound. Great hustle.
Started by Davis. He's flying in from the wing. Keeps that possession alive.
Good move by Leon's inside.
He has learned to use his body to shield off defenders. You just see the confidence in his demeanor. These last month, his offensive game has gone through the roof.
Clay will try a three.
Bradley's put length on Alston Mason with Christian Davis. It's causing problems. Davis at 6'5". Mason at 6'2", having a hard time getting the shot off.
Leon's on Ayers. Oh, Leon's is heating it up.
We're going to those ISO mid-post for Malvite Leons. 7'1" wingspan. He can get it to a sweet spot and score over the top.
And he's got 7 in the opening half for the Braves as they have a 25-20 lead. 7-0 run right now for BU. Shot clock winding down. Edwards with 2 on the shot clock.
Nice. Nice. Leon's going to work at the offensive end for the Braves. They're putting him in ISOs. That is a Dirk Nowitzki step back fadeaway by Malvite Leons.
The thing I miss most about being away from St. Louis is the food. I'm a creature of habit. I've had a lot of people come and visit. I always take them to the place I grew up eating. We have the best food this country has to offer.
For nearly 3 decades, there have been celebrations, excitement, moments, and memories. 30 years of Arch Madness at Enterprise Center. And it begins here in downtown St. Louis. The 2024 State Farm Missouri Valley Conference Men's Basketball Championship, presented by Valley Sports Midwest and Great Southern Bank, tips off March 7th through 10th. Celebrate 30 years of Arch Madness at Enterprise Center. Get your tickets now at archmadness.com.
Indiana State University Sycamores conquer through questioning. They fly in to save the day. They master the medium. They wow the crowd. They fight for others. And more of them choose to stay right here in Indiana, living, working, thriving, and contributing to what makes this place great. It's what makes us Indiana's state university, and why we say real risk takers, real opportunity makers, and real game changers wear blue.
I just love being back home. I just feel like there's nothing like it. We have great people from St. Louis. Midwest nice is a real thing. You walk past a stranger, hey, how you doing? Those things go a long way, and I think that's really genuine.
And a reminder, stay tuned for our halftime report. It is brought to you by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Kevin and I will bring you the highlights, stats, and Dave Snell, the longtime voice of the Bradley Braves, will have a feature on the Duke Dean. It's all coming up on our State Farm halftime report from Great Southern Bank Arena in Springfield, Missouri. The Valley on ESPN. Kevin Lehman, Brandon Height, our entire crew, Scott Warman, great to have you alongside. Just 2 weeks, folks. And Arch Madness is right around the corner, and we showed you the standings, how important this game is for these two teams as things so tight in the middle as far as positioning and seeding is concerned in the league.
Now Bradley holding on to that 3rd spot. Bears trying to make a move as they're sitting at the 8th spot, but they're only a couple games out of getting into that top 4 for a first round bye. Now we're going to see the zone again, Scott.
Let's see how Bradley adjusts. From the corner, Duke Dean. And that's how you beat it, brother.
I can see why they zone, because you got Hickman on the bench, but the Duke in that left corner, good ball reversal. And Duke Dean at 5'9" does not need much space to get his shot off.
Mason, who picked up his 150th rebound. And taken away by the Braves.
One possession zone, they've seen enough. Back to their man-to-man.
Dean creates his own shot.
And once he sees that ball go in, Scott, he hits that deep three, confidence level for the Duke goes through the roof.
Bears 1 for their last 10 from the field. Edwards backing in. That slides out. Linky with the rebound. Here come the Braves, trying to make it a double-figure lead.
Linky doing a great job for the Braves. He's been little used before this game.
Lee to Edwards. Edwards gets the bucket, and the foul is called.
Again, middle ball, high screen, and you've got Matthew Lee's the ball on a string, gets it deep enough to draw the post defender toward him, just throws it over the top. Edwards, the transfer from Xavier, chance to complete that old-time traditional three-point play.
He's finished in double figures in 5 of the last games for Dana Ford's team. In fact, Dana's team has outscored the opponent's bench in 8 straight games, so they're definitely getting some production led by Cesar Edwards off their bench here of late. Leons, and the foul is called. They got to give him the bucket. Nope, only 2 shots.
And they've gone to the well a number of times with Leons on that medium post. It's a difficult spot to send the second double team because Leons also great court awareness and can pass out of double team. So basically he's getting ISO one-on-one. Brian Wardle sees what he likes, what he sees, and keeps going back to number 14.
Makes it a 6-point lead as we have under a minute remaining in our first half. Lee pulls up short. Leons with the rebound.
Mason's got a quiet 7 for the Bears as Christian Davis continues to lock onto him in transition.
Leons.
Oh,
nice move.
Oh. Woo. Forget about that defensive player of the year. I'm going for the Larry Bird trophy. Malvin Leons.
Bears
razzle dazzle.
Going for the final shot. Right now trailing it by 8 at 33-25.
No fouls to give for the Braves. You got to play this one straight up.
Lee pulls up. No. And tipped in. And that'll do it. As Bradley will go into the locker room here in Springfield with a 6-point lead at 33-27.
Well, it's been an up and down game, but a defensive battle as both these teams know each other's offense as well. Leons has been good, and there's Hannah high flying for the Braves.
Coming up, our State Farm halftime report, stats, highlights, and a feature on Duke Dean. Stay with us. It's the Valley on ESPN.
Give me a hot pink Cosmopolitan and some drama.
Give me a Kettle One soda with a twist. Give me an early morning tea time and a Bloody Mary with Kettle One vodka.
Give me a local who knows his way around an olive and a martini, dirty, with Kettle One vodka.
Give me an after party, an espresso martini, and a room full of strangers.
Give me a cocktail with Kettle One vodka.
I love your dress.
Oh, thanks. I splurged a little because Liberty Mutual customized my car insurance and I saved hundreds.
That's great.
I know, right? I've been telling everyone.
Liberty.
Did you hear that? I just said her first word. Can you say mama?
Liberty.
Can you say auntie?
Liberty.
How many people did you tell?
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, liberty, liberty. Liberty.
T-Mobile built a 5G network so powerful it goes beyond the expected. And now T-Mobile 5G internet for homes and businesses is here. Also here, 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 even here. Whatever shape your home or business is, T-Mobile is bringing high-speed internet to towns across America. Only 15 minutes to set up and just $50 a month with no exploding bills or annual contracts.
Kroger always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Kroger app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Marcus is a connoisseur of anything that's free. So he was happy to read the disclaimer on TurboTax Free Edition.
Roughly 37% of taxpayers qualify. Form 1040 and limited credits only. See how at turbotax.com. That's me!
File your taxes 100% free with TurboTax Free Edition and get your max refund guaranteed. Make your moves count. See if you qualify at turbotax.com.
Articles. The Valley on ESPN is brought to you by Great Southern Bank. Understanding what really matters. Welcome back to Great Southern Bank Arena and our halftime report. A presentation of State Farm, a proud partner of the Missouri Valley Conference. Have questions about your insurance? State Farm is there for your what-ifs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or go to statefarm.com to get a quote right now. And right now, it's time for tonight's player profile. It's made possible by Arch Madness 2024. As MVC correspondent and the voice of the Bradley Braves, Dave Snell takes a look at Braves senior guard Duke Dean.
Bradley basketball point guard Duke Dean, who I call the Duke of Bradley basketball. The Royal 5'8" native of Shreveport, Louisiana, is a Cajun 160-pound pack of dynamite for Bradley coach Brian Wardle's Braves. Whether it's commanding the offense, dishing dimes to teammates, picking opponents' pockets, driving, pulling up, or nailing threes, which he does often, he combines with teammate Connor Hickman, forming the most dangerous backcourt in the Missouri Valley Conference.
Well, I knew coming in last year in Duke's first open gym what kind of player we were getting, loud, vocal, big personality, and I thought I really fed off that. So instantly from that moment on, I knew, me and him were going to be this backcourt. And I think the biggest thing with Duke is how much trust I have in him, trusting him to make the right decision, hit the big shot, trust he's going to be in his spots on defense, and trust that he's going to have my back. And I think that's really shown this year in our production.
Yeah, you got to play hard all the time. You got to have the desire, the will, the dedication to stick with it no matter what. Just the hard work. And it's been a lot of guards that have been my size that have been following me on Instagram and hitting me up and just asking me questions. And I just tell them to keep working. Always keep a chip on your shoulder as well, because you need it to play at this level.
So it's been great just helping Duke and being here with the guys and just being in the gym early mornings, just bringing that work ethic to the team and helping those guys improve each week, each month. And you can tell in everybody's game so far, especially the guards. I think they've been playing well, and being in the gym has actually paid dividends to how they're playing now. One of the best atmospheres I ever played in. Sometimes I feel like it's better than Arch, in my opinion. That's just my opinion, though. When the crowd is rocking, when we hitting threes back-to-back, when we scoring, getting stops, the crowd gets into it, and they stay into it. It's just a great feeling.
For the Valley on ESPN, this is Dave Snell.
Dave, thanks. And tonight's profile is made possible by the 2024 State Farm MVC Men's Basketball Tournament. Help the conference celebrate 30 years at Enterprise Center in St. Louis on March 7th through the 10th. For more information, visit archmadness.com. More of our State Farm halftime report from the Ozarks when we return.
Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals. the exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports. On ESPN Plus. Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports. On ESPN Plus. Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports. On ESPN Plus. Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports. On ESPN Plus. Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports. On ESPN Plus. Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals. The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports. On ESPN Plus.
State Farm Halftime Report continues from Great Southern Bank Arena as we have the Braves on the road leading the Bears at the break. Kevin Lehman, Scott Warman back with you, and Mr. Leon's kind of taking things over the back half of that first half, didn't he?
He can score in spurts. They got him some isolation plays inside, and he went to work on the Bears defense and got a little help from Duke Dean, knocking in some three balls. Missouri State, Edwards, big lift off the bench for the Bears.
Absolutely. All right, why don't we take a look at some of the highlights in that first half. It is brought to you by Explore St. Louis.
Oh, we're going to see that lob dunk from Hickman to Hannah, the HH boys, to start these highlights. And Connor Lincoln comes off the bench and gives the Braves a huge lift. And there is Edwards picking up the loose ball. The first field goal for the Bears. You cannot get caught going behind screens on Duke Dean. He will burn you. And the same thing with Austin Mason. Go to the top of those screens. Mason with a cool 7 for the Bears. Lee finds himself wide open. Birch falls down. He measures that one, drops it, and this is what you talked about, Scotty. Leon just goes to work one-on-one on the Bears. They tried zoning. Duke Dean says, I'm the zone buster. And Lee with that middle ball screen, he's been effective over the top. The assists, scoring side. A little razzle-dazzle from our defensive player of the year. He's become the offensive juggernaut for the Bradley Braves.
Folks, the Valley is making its way to St. Louis for Arch Madness 2024 on March 7th through the 10th. So start planning your visit now at explorestlouis.com. Quick look at the first half stats. A production of St. Louis Union Station, the home of attractions like the St. Louis Aquarium and the St. Louis Wheel. You can do it all at St. Louis Union Station. See where it takes you by visiting stlouisunionstation.com. We see a little struggle beyond the arc for the Braves in that opening 20 minutes, but points in the paint definitely to their advantage.
Yeah, the Bears not shooting well, but they've got to the free throw line to even that out. And Bradley on the road, only 2 turnovers, Scott. They've handled the ball extremely well. The Bears, as always, some bench points. Most of those have come from Cesar Edwards.
So it is a 6-point lead for the Braves, and we'll get you set for the second half. From the Ozarks, it's the Valley on ESPN.
Live sports.
Why are you here? State your purpose.
To find a place to rent. I know renters when I see them.
Who is this guy?
It's the top priority when you move to a new city or galaxy. Apartments.com. We can help you get into a lovely 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom. I don't want to presume anything. I like these guys. Apartments.com, the place to find a place.
Not everyone's training for a gold medal. Not everyone wants to go hard or go home. Whatever you're starting, run your own race. Let's go! Because doing something is everything.
Get started with a 30-day home trial today at onepeloton.com. Terms apply.
Okay, controllers up. Get the coins. Get the coins. Yeah.
Wow, Gianna, you win! Having a daddy-daughter day, that's my way to play Nintendo Switch.
Kevin, what's wrong? Oh, what a mess. Those bungees are all tangled up. Oh, wait, how'd you even do that? Just give me a minute to think. Kevin, everything is under control with Erickson bundling ties. Now, go find help. Always have some bundling ties in case you get into trouble. And remember, tie it, tow it, load it with Erickson.
The competition's never been better.
I would never let a woman do that.
The stars have never been brighter.
Caitlin Clark, 3,000 career points.
Come on, Cameron Brink.
Deja Kelly.
Oh, that was pretty.
A-more magic.
Some brewing tonight. There's no stopping us now.
This is just spectacular.
That's our move. Women's college hoops on ESPN and ABC. The competition's never been better.
This is just spectacular.
The stars have never been brighter. That's our move. Women's college hoops on ESPN and ABC. Women's college hoops on ESPN and ABC.
The Stanley Cup Final on ABC and ESPN+.
The Valley on ESPN is brought to you by Grinnell Mutual Insurance. Trust in tomorrow. Back in Springfield, Bears and Bradley Braves as we're not ready to get set for the second half. Braves with the 6-point lead. Folks, we're going way back. 1977, Al McGuire's Marquette, then Warriors. And a guy by the name of Butch Lee was one of the stars on the team along with Jerome Whitehead. Oh, by the way, Butch's son, well, he's just a member of the Missouri State Bears now, and one young Matthew Lee.
Both wear number 15. And there's a good look at Butch Lee won an NBA championship with the Lakers. And there's his son, Matthew Lee. Remember 2 years ago, he took that St. Peter's team to the Elite Eight. And I had the chance to visit with my hero, Butch Lee, in the Virgin Islands Paradise Jam when the Bears won that tournament, and Matthew Lee was named MVP, but his father was the first Puerto Rican drafted in the NBA as he went number 10 to the Atlanta Hawks.
And a turnover on the opening possession of the second half. And Leon's tried to make a save and can't. That pass just a little off the mark from Duke Dean. Al McGuire, of course, part of that 77 national championship team. On the call for NBC was one, oh my, Dick Enberg and Billy Packard. Of course, McGuire would retire and join Packer and Enberg before the Final Four and the NCAA tournament would turn over to CBS.
And Butch told me, he asked Al McGuire to nominate him for the U.S. Olympic team. He said, I've already nominated someone on the team. I can't nominate two. So Bush Lee played for the Puerto Rican national team. And they met USA team in the 76 Olympics, threw in 35 on Team USA. But USA won that game by 1.
Hannah, mid-range jumper. And oh, by the way, guy that was at Marquette in his younger days, some guy by the name of Brian Wardle, the head coach of the Bradley Rays. It's a small world, folks. Benson, boy, we're going to say it was on the rim, offensive goaltending. But I'll tell you what, Benson has really been a force inside this game.
He is so quick off the floor. And that's contested. He missed, but watch how quick he gets back up there, Scott. Good call. That ball was in the cylinder, but that middle ball screen's creating some problems for the Bradley Braves defense.
Moore almost had the steal.
Moore said a lot of those go. Old school. Give and go cut. More foul problems in the first half. They need him to get this Bears offense going. He spaces the floor for the Bears. Chance Moore.
Not to mention Matthew Lee off the glass and in. Very nicely done.
Looks like pops there. Upper body strength. Get it to your sweet spot. Get up on the glass.
Imagine been playing really well of late. Last 4 games averaging 15 points and 4.5 assists as Duke drains another triple.
Matthew Lee goes below the ball screen on Duke Dean. Duke likes going to the left. Shoot that 3 ball. That left-hand bounce.
And we're going to get an offensive foul on the Bears.
And watch the defense here. See, Lee goes behind that double ball screen. That's all the room that the Duke needs. Emotional leader for this Braves team.
It's been kind of, I'm sorry, it's been kind of a roller coaster when you think about the Bears in the first half. They started out, 0 for 6, 0 for 7, then went 6 for 7, then wound up 1 for their last 10 nearing the end of the first half.
They haven't gotten any flow, and Donovan Clay has not scored in this game.
Ooh, there's more on the drive.
He's a difference maker for him, Scott. Long stride. Chance Moore.
Nice cut to the glass, Dean.
That's something because now Matthew Lee has to go to the top of that screen. Rub cut. Lee right down the pipe. Great feed.
Matthew with the dish. And Jay Benson with the flush.
Lee's getting the defender on his hip. Holds him there. Gets deep in the defense.
Benson off the miss. And is going to get called for the foul.
Chance Moore put a lot of pressure on your defense, but this has been the story here for their offense. Lee getting his feet in the paint. Good things happen. Vincent, quick off the floor with another punch through.
Edwards checking in to Marion Birch. Also checking in for Bradley.
Down to Clay has struggled to get some open looks. Averaging 13. You saw on the screen, didn't score, but Edwards has picked up the slack for Clay and the Bears.
I mentioned that in the first half, how Dana Ford's getting a lot of production from his bench here of late, and Edwards is really kind of the leader of the band, if you will, off the bench.
Zone again.
At Davis hits a three. Boy, just when you need one for the Braves, it seems like at any point in this game they've gotten one.
Well, twice Missouri State has tried the zone, and twice Bradley has hit one out of the corner, and now the Braves showing some 1-2-2 zone of their own.
Holston will get it to drop.
Good read. Got in the gap of the zone before Christian Davis could recover. I'd be afraid to throw Austin Mason. That guy's going to find some seams. He is wired to score the basketball.
Here's that zone again. Leons. Shot clock winding down. Hickman in traffic. Ooh, blocked by Moore. Bears in transition. Mason hits the three.
Block shot leads to numbers at the offensive end, and that's all Mason needs.
Braves call a timeout. Bears doing it on both ends, buddy.
Defense to offense. Mason stepping triple. Bears making a run. Got it back to a nickel.
When change and uncertainty define the times, it's good to anchor to your roots, to honor and nurture them, to remember how it all started, and let that help build the future. Because we know a strong future is built on a solid past, and that past promises mean future follow-through. You can trust us to protect what you grow, build, own, and value. Trust in tomorrow with Grinnell Mutual.
We are beacons.
You bring joy. You give smiles. You create memories. You are someone's favorite person, and your health matters. 4 out of 10 adults will develop cancer in their lifetime, but screening tests can catch cancer early and help save lives. For the lives you touch, schedule your cancer screening today. Visit GetScreenedNow.com.
Set in the heart of the Missouri Ozarks, just off I-44, is the beautiful DoubleTree by Hilton Hotel Springfield. This modern hotel in the North Springfield Business Corridor offers a professional, comfortable setting with more than 10,000 square feet of meeting space and a complimentary shuttle to the Springfield-Branson National Airport. Wake up to a buffet breakfast at Gracie's and enjoy hula hands for lunch, dinner, and room service, and re-energize in the Modern Fitness Center. Less than 4 miles from MSU, the DoubleTree by Hilton Hotel Springfield, the preferred hotel of Missouri Valley Conference and sports teams.
Folks, the madness is played under the arch. The 2024 State Farm Men's Basketball Tournament returns to St. Louis for the 34th straight year. Be a part of league history as the conference conducts its 30th Men's Championship at Enterprise Center in downtown St. Louis. Be sure to download the Arch Madness app presented by Great Southern Bank or visit archmadness.com for details about this year's event. And we are getting so close, mister, to the madness getting underway, buddy. Hard to believe.
2 weeks from tomorrow.
Nuts.
And we got a wild finish in the regular season as teams fighting for seed position. Drake and Indiana State battling for the regular season title. The Bears in a zone again. This one a different look, 1-3-1.
Wide open. Hickman wants the dribble drive. And time is winding down. Birch has got to put it up. And it's going to be a shot just off at the buzzer by Hickman. Man.
Ooh, guts of a cat burglar. Hickman rises up and zone buster.
Step back by Mason, and Edwards keeps it alive, and the foul is called. Great hustle by Cesar. I literally thought that they were going to run out of clock here. Hickman at the buzzer hits the triple. It's an 8-point lead for the Braves.
Ankles and drains it.
Live sports.
When you buy 10 tickets on Vivid Seats, you get the 11th ticket free. I wonder what my 11th will be.
You're trash!
Living rent-free in a hockey player's head?
What's your 11th?
When the whole family gets together, it can be tough to agree on what to do. But with Nintendo Switch, it's easy. I've never seen them do that. Nintendo Switch, fun for the whole family.
Did you know many moisturizers only hydrate your skin? For advanced science that visibly repairs signs of aging, try Olay Regenerist Microsculpting Cream. It delivers 10 benefits in every jar for younger-looking skin, visibly firming, lifting, and smoothing wrinkles. Olay Regenerist penetrates the skin's surface to boost regeneration at the surface cellular level for continuous improvement. To visibly repair signs of aging, try Olay Regenerist. This has been Medifax for Olay.
More and more people are looking for ways to reduce their carbon footprint and make sustainable choices. In fact, in many states, the electricity and natural gas market has been deregulated, which means you can choose your energy provider. When you switch to Indra Energy, not only will you be doing your part to help the environment by signing up for one of our 100% renewable electricity or 100% carbon offset natural gas plans, but you'll also be supporting a company committed to sustainability. Visit indraenergy.com for more information.
The rush to the playoffs. The biggest games. The biggest stage. The Stanley Cup Final returns on ABC and ESPN+. The Stanley Cup Final on ABC and ESPN+.
Women's college hoops on ESPN and ABC.
Tools.
Valley fans, NBC-sports.com/gear, the official online store of the Missouri Valley Conference. With the officially licensed Valley gear from all 17 NBC championships, including Arch Madness and Hoops in the Heartland, we've got it all. Shop shirts, hoodies, hats, and more to celebrate your team's title. Visit NBC-sports.com/gear to get yours today. Since 1907, the Valley runs deep.
117 years, second oldest league in the country. Great tradition.
There's 6 of the last 7 offensively as they trail it by 8. Look at some of their top players. Donovan Clay has yet to score. Only 2 points from Chance Moore. They're going to need more from them if they want to pull this one out here tonight.
Chance Moore is a difference maker for the Bears. We saw him make that block and end up with a 3 ball by Mason. Those are the types of plays that Chance Moore can make with his length and his court speed. Still showing that zone.
Birch dribble drive, kick out. Leons will put up the 3, and just off the mark as Edwards comes away with the miss. Here's Chance Moore with a chance. Nice spin move. Oh, rolls out. Dean, kind of sneaky, just kind of getting in that corner there, wasn't he?
Those are playing that zone is distorted right now.
Leons was going right back into a double team there, and the foul is called on Missouri State.
Transition. Clay comes over. Matthew B wants to travel.
And for the first time tonight, Damian Mayo checking into the game. We did not see him in the first half, which was to be expected. There's that play again between Hickman and Hanna. It worked to perfection.
Ball screen, they get you in drop coverage. Hanna with that 7-foot reach, you just throw it up to the rim.
Hesitation there by Alston, huh?
Spark, boy, he is so explosive, Scott. And watch this zone now. It's a little bit confusing because they'll run through with a cutter on the back line. So it has some matchup man-to-man look.
Right there. You called it, Coach.
They worked on that today. A cutter right through the middle of the zone. Hickman in with the pinpoint pass. Hanna, excuse me, it was the Leons was a blur.
Edwards. Quick hands by Dean. And we'll go back the other way. Bradley basketball. And we got a timeout on the floor. 11:42 remaining. And the Braves with their largest lead right now of the night at 10.
Give me a hot pink Cosmopolitan and some drama.
Give me a Kettle One soda with a twist. Give me an early morning tea time and a Bloody Mary with Kettle One vodka.
Give me a cocktail with Kettle One vodka.
Want to get the most out of one sheet? Grab Bounty. Bounty is made to be stronger and more absorbent. So while ordinary brands can't hold up, one sheet of Bounty keeps working even when wet. Now that's the sound of value. Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Las Vegas Grand Prix chooses T-Mobile for Business for 5G solutions because T-Mobile is helping power operations and experiences for hundreds of thousands of fans with reliable 5G connectivity. Now's the time to accelerate your business.
They're here. McDonald's best burgers ever. They're hotter, with the cheese deliciously melted. And they're juicier, with the patties cooked to juicy perfection. Yes, they're tastier, with a pillowy, soft, golden bun. They're... Rubble, rubble. Looks like we've been hamburgled. These are our best burgers ever. Rubble, rubble. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I rode the market to the moon. And back. Then I met with my TurboTax expert.
I'll make all your investments count. The gains and losses, all filed with 100% accuracy. Intuit TurboTax.
Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports. On ESPN Plus.
Time for tonight's State Farm MVC Scholar Athlete of the Game. It is Missouri State's Mia McLean, the senior distance runner from Benton, Illinois. Has a 3.9 cum GPA in speech and language therapy and was a 2023 MVC Scholar Athlete selection. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Kevin, 10-point lead now for the Braves, which double figures for just the second time here tonight. And for Missouri State, they still are shooting 8 of 12 from the field in this second half.
Got it within 5, but now getting some distance right now from Bradley. Got to get a stop here.
Now Bradley's been on fire. Once you get the zone, shooting 66% in the second half for the Braves. Bears had to go back man-to-man. Oh, and that guy has been going to work inside.
He gets that first step to the left, and goodbye. It's like a blow-by, you know?
And Brian Moore will continue to isolate Alve Lyons inside.
Clay will head to the line.
Clay needs 5 points to reach 1,000 in his career for the Bears.
One of the top defenders over the last couple of seasons in the Missouri Valley Conference. And he misses them both. Can't do that.
Tough day at the office with Donovan Clay. Stay in the zone and then go with Hickman on the baseline.
Atlason, a wide open look, and it drops down. Second three made tonight from the young man from Iceland.
Too many shooters, Scotty. I don't think you can zone this Bradley team. They got too many weapons on the perimeter. 4 guys on the floor can knock in threes.
Really facing that double team. Here's Chance Moore spotting up for a 3 attempt. Hickman comes away with it, wants to push it. Dean settling in, and the triple is up and down, and a timeout by Dana Ford. 10-0 run for the Braves.
Well, Hickman in transition. He knows where his running mate's at. And Duke Dean knows he's going to receive it in his shooting pocket. That is a rhythm step in 3-ball in transition. And Duke Dean celebrating his 4th triple of the game. He's had 2 games, Scotty, Duke Dean, where he's hit 7 threes in a game.
Saw one in Chicago at the beginning of the season against UIC. He was just absolutely on fire in the Windy City that Saturday afternoon against Coach Yakovich's team. Meanwhile, for Bradley right now, 10-0 run over the last 2 minutes, 15-2 run over the last 4 minutes as they're 5 for the last 5. Duke Dean, a great story. Not the biggest of statures, but boy, can he play big, man.
And you know what else, Scotty? He's got a handicap he's overcome. He has, in his left eye, 50% vision. He had it since he was born. He's adjusted to it. Obviously, it doesn't affect his ability to shoot the basketball. No. But kudos to that young man, to playing with that type of disability and to overcome it and become one of the best shooters in the Missouri Valley Conference. 18 tonight for Dean. Not only that, he leads the Braves in assists.
One of the top assist to turnover ratios in the entire league.
I asked him if that vision affected his ability to play. He says, I've had it since birth. I don't know any difference. Just learn to play with it.
Edwards facing a double team. And there's Chance Moore with the open look. Edwards with another offensive rebound. Offensive rebounds is one of the things that has been a positive throughout the entire game for Dana Ford's squad.
Now there's their 7th of the game, and then Chance Moore, rim cut right down the middle, and Edwards finds him. Another positive for the Bears have been able to get to the free throw line, but they need to convert at a higher rate.
Boy, scoring drought now eclipsed 3 minutes after 2 more missed free throws by the Bears. That'll drain your team. You look at Mason and Dean, the 2 guys that we featured at the top of the show.
Both of them shooting at a high clip.
Dean with time running down, and they just got the shot off. And Hannah off the back of the iron.
Bears got to get something clicking here at the offensive end.
Lee with a wild attempt.
He's trying to sell Ed Crenshaw that he was shooting that basketball. He convinced him also. As Dean got a piece of his arm, and Lee's got a chance to go to the free throw line.
Brian Wardle trying to plead his case with Ed. I don't think he's going to win that debate, as per usual. Ed Crenshaw, Kip Kissinger, and Steve Hanaki are tonight's officials at Great Southern Bank Arena.
Another missed opportunity for the Bears. They're going to press off the missed free throw. Good spacing by the Braves. Their press attack.
Dean uncontested with the left-hand lay-in.
Flat screen by Darius Hannah. Deans just turns the corner. He gets hung up on the screen, and there's no help defense behind him.
I would look directly towards Dana Ford after that, and he just shook his head in disbelief. Benson again. He's been one of the positives tonight for the Bears.
He's been on the glass. They covered that flat screen, ball screen. Watch Benson go to work. An inside position on that weak side. Quick back to the rim. MJ Benson. That's Rick Kinehart, the SID. What does the NJ stand for? Nick Jr.
And with that free throw, it's now 300 career points for NJ. Nick Jr. Bears trying to get that trap up high, but again, good spacing as Kevin points out with this Braves offense.
They were prepared for that pressure.
There's another one out of bounds. Second one we've seen tonight.
Brian Wardle's over there saying, I was standing here on the sideline. There's no way he stepped out of bounds. He would have had a step on his shoe. Bradley with a big run.
Oh, brother. Which brother? The older brother, duh. You're only older by a minute. Give me the best minute of my life.
Guys, break it up, break it up.
Our son just needs car insurance.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your State Farm agent can help you choose the right coverage.
Give me the ball, you guys. That was my ball.
Break it up, break it up.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Arch Madness tips off March 7th through 10th in St. Louis, and the MVC Fan Hangout at Ballpark Village is back. The MVC Fan Hangout is the place to celebrate before and after all games at Enterprise Center, featuring restaurants, entertainment, and everything Arch Madness. The fun starts 2 hours before the first game, each day of the tournament at Bally Sports Live and Sports and Social at Ballpark Village. For more information, visit archmadness.com and click on Fan Hangout. We'll see you there.
This season, take in a Cardinals game like a VIP. All-inclusive tickets are on sale now and feature a full buffet, complimentary bar, plus a great view of the game with lots of great areas to choose from like the UMB Champions Club, Proficient Red Jacket Club, Premium Legends Club, and more. There's something for every budget. And new for 2024, check out the Budweiser 703 Club. All-inclusive tickets start at just $55 and are on sale now. Get yours today at cardinals.com/all-inclusive.
Hey folks, the Arch Madness app presented by Great Southern Bank is the official app of the 2024 State Farm MVC Men's Basketball Tournament. The app has all the information you need to plan your trip to St. Louis, including the tournament schedule, tickets, hotel accommodations, and special events during Arch Madness. Log on to archmadness.com or download the Arch Madness app on your Android or iOS device right now. Kimberly and Scott Warman and our crew here in Springfield as the Bradley Braves, looking to sweep the regular season series, looking for their 19th win of the season, have the lead right now at 62-46 as the Bears over this last 8-minute span at least have just been in an offensive funk. They just can't really get anything going at all. And even at the free throw line of all places.
And Bradley's been the opposite, playing with great rhythm, whether it's zone or man. They are 12 of 17 in the second half from the field. Sizzling 70% for the Braves.
Dean, he's been sizzling once again tonight.
Duke. Simple pitch back from Linky to Duke. Duke Dean with his 5th triple. They have not had an answer for the Duke.
They have not. Most teams don't.
Dean got a piece of Matthew Lee as he went to the top of the screen, grabbed his shoulder. One of the few mistakes that Duke has made today.
Matthew Lee. He's actually been relatively quiet here tonight too after a big game last weekend here in Springfield against Valparaiso. Finished with 19. He's in double figures with that free throw make.
He took that game over in the second half against Valpo. Only by scoring. Also had 8 assists for the Bears. Started off well in this game with that, throwing that ball up to Benson a few times. Everything the Bears have thrown at Bradley, they've been ready for.
Make it 6. Somebody's in a zone right now, coach. give him the basketball.
Yow. He is, hand is sizzling.
20-point lead for the Braves. Edwards, high off the glass. And Chance Moore injured just to our left on the near sidelines. A little wobbly, but he's going to walk it off. It's a nice crowd here from the fans at Great Southern Bank Arena.
Bears going to come in for more. Moore just never got uncorked. He bumps into the official. You see on the bottom of your screen. Really step on Steve.
Heading down towards the end of the bench.
Yeah, here's an ankle when I had the game. Oh boy.
You don't want to play horse, do you? With number 21 right now.
Just tied his season high of 3s in a game with 7 for Duke Dean. Teammates just keep loading up the Duke.
29 on the evening. Mason? No. There's Hickman.
Braves with good mileage out of Connor Linky. They've been searching for that backup for Darius Hannah. May have found him here with Linky.
Leons with the head fake. Linky gets the weak side rebound. Linke with the power move. Too strong. And Leons comes away with another offensive board.
That link just wears you out, Scott. They keep attacking the window.
And Brian Worrell says, hey, let's slow this thing down, get set up, and go ahead. Why not? Get a season high 8 threes tonight for the Duke.
Kip Kissinger is going to slap a T on him. Could be excessive celebration.
That's about the only thing he's done wrong tonight.
Yes.
A little smack talk. Kip Kissinger was right there. Teed him up immediately. And he'll take a breather. Much deserved.
You got to give him a little leeway. Just hit his 8th three of the game. Go put that hand in a bucket of water, Duke, because you give a high five, you're going to burn your teammate's hand. That thing is red hot.
Jake with that left, not the right. Mason from deep.
His shot is pure.
Trying for the steal. Leon's give and go.
Spacing and ball movement against pressure, because that court is open, Scotty. Great feed there as Leon's right down the middle. Leon's now with 16.
As he completes the conventional three, it's a 22-point lead at 77-55 with 4.5 remaining. Lee with the left hand. And Marion Birch comes away with it.
Clay crashed the gas. Clay still is yet to score in this game for the Bears.
Well, it was definitely something that was on the mind, I think, with a lot of Braves fans and maybe even some of the Braves, the fact that what was going to be your response after the fall to UNI on Sunday? You got to like the response on the road here tonight.
They walked in the Cloud Center on Sunday, and the bench just outdid the Braves. But Leons and Duke Dean have got it going for the Braves. Christian Davis with the give and go assist.
Live sports. ESPN Plus Originals.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time while I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything.
Stay 2 nights. Get a free night at Best Western.
Love a good breeze.
Did that flower just talk to me?
Yes! I love those little guys. Become the elephant.
Having a daddy-daughter day, that's my way to play Nintendo Switch.
Get ready for the rush to the playoffs. The biggest games on the biggest stage. An outdoor hockey doubleheader at MetLife Stadium. The most intense playoffs in sports begin in April and culminate with the most revered trophy of all. The Stanley Cup Final returns to ABC and ESPN Plus this June.
The exclusive home of the complete 30 for 30 library. Exclusive articles and tools. Top leagues and tournaments. Best stories in sports. On ESPN Plus.
Let's get to our Players of the Game. A presentation of State Farm, a proud partner of the Missouri Valley Conference. Have questions about your insurance? State Farm is there for your what-ifs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or go to statefarm.com to get a quote right now. Yep.
Well, Duke Dean, 32 points, our Bradley Player of the Game. 8 triples. That is a Great Southern Bank record that he has set. Mason was 17. Between the two of them, Scotty, they are 11 of 14 from deep.
That's pretty good, right? Only 3 misses. It's amazing.
Mason is 3 for 3 himself. Dean, 8 of 11 from the arc. Those two are standing at half court right now, having a little visit.
Dean is like an assassin, isn't he? Just absolutely, he and Hickman both, just deadly.
And they do it different ways. Hickman's kind of that stone cold killer, and Dean is their emotional leader.
A little too emotional just a couple of minutes ago.
He gets him going on. Hickman's just kind of solid as a rock. Dean wears it on his sleeve.
Atlason again, and that is his 3rd 3-make of the evening.
I mentioned earlier, he's on record to break the 3-point percentage for freshmen for the Bradley Braves. The Icelander.
14 threes made by the Braves here tonight on the road.
And they started
shooting 50%. Yeah,
they started off slow.
They did. They really heated it up here in the second half. The other thing you and I pointed out at the top of the show was the fact that the bigs versus the Bears and the length and the bigs versus Bradley, +4 rebounding for Bradley, and they won the game of the points of the paint. Besides, Duke Dean just absolutely nearly perfect from 3 tonight.
The 9th triple by Dean. First half, Bradley's 4 of 18 from 3. They had good looks, Scott. I thought they had a lot of good looks in the first half. They stuck with it. In the second half, 10 for 12 distance for the Bradley Braves. That is a recipe for success.
We're checking out some of the scores from around the league. All teams in action here tonight. And Indiana State with the lead. Drake at last check. Now they're up by 20 over Belmont at home. Both those teams right on 4-game winning streaks heading into that game at the Knapp Center tonight. Point being is Bradley, who showed you the standings, so close, trying to maintain 3rd place, and again they're trying to avoid that 5th place finish and playing on Thursday. This was an important win against a very talented team, and there you see the NBC standings right now. And for the Bradley Braves, they got Illinois State, Southern Illinois, and Drake, the final 3 games of the regular season. And don't sleep on Illinois State. They've been playing about as good as anybody has over the last week or so.
Well, they've got a spark plug in their freshman. Kinsinger is playing well again today as they're ahead of Northern Iowa. Kinsinger with 19 for the Redbirds.
Hickman pulls it out with 2 minutes remaining, and then we get the timeout as Bradley will bring in some of the reserves at the 1:57 mark. Hey folks, catch our next MVC men's basketball game of the week production on Wednesday, February 28th, as the Valley will be in Murray, Kentucky. Belmont Bruins taking on the Murray State Racers from CFSB Center in Murray. Our coverage will get underway at 7 Central, the Valley on ESPN. Meanwhile, if you're looking at this from the Bears perspective, what you got left is you got at Belmont coming up this Saturday, at Illinois State, and then at home to wrap up the season on the 3rd of March against UIC. There you see the schedule for the Bears. And here is the schedule coming up on Saturday. 5 games slated. Drake and you and I, one of the big games, and you'll be in Nashville for these Bears against Belmont.
Yeah, Belmont with Jacoby Gillespie healthy. That is a dangerous team. They're at the Knapp Center right now, trailing the Drake Bulldogs, but Drake interstate rivalry going up to the McLeod Center. Strange things happen in that game.
Yes, indeed. In-state rivalry. I'll be in Evansville on Sunday, the lone game on Sunday, as the Purple Aces will take on Southern Illinois, and that's going to be also another huge game, as Coach Mullins obviously trying to get his team to a situation where they can avoid a play on Thursday in the MVC Arch Madness tournament.
And Coach Dave Ragland's got that Evansville team rolling, Scotty. Getting healthy. Another one of those teams you got danger circled around as they go into St. Louis, trying to get some momentum. Ben Enriquez back and healthy. New dimension for that Evansville Purple Aces team.
Well, as always, it is going to be a definite interesting final 2 weeks of the regular season in the Missouri Valley Conference. Drake, Indiana State, who will come out victors in the regular season. Bradley still lurking after an impressive road victory here this evening against Missouri State.
Oh, you made a good point too, Scott. Great bounce back by the Braves after a poor performance at Northern Iowa, even though they made a big run in the second half, but a slow start.
Well, the thing was, is Northern Iowa, I think, shot 50% or better in that game, and that is un-Braves-like, especially under Coach Wardle. You know how he thrives on defense, and we know at times how you and I can shoot the ball and shoot the rock from the outside, especially in their own home court. But that one was one still that surprised me, because I know how well this Braves team can defend.
But also the bench for Northern Iowa, they outscored Bradley's bench 19-2 in that game. Bench production tonight, Bradley's been able to get 8 points off that bench. And Brian Wilder says, I got to get some bench experience, because you got to have somebody do that when you come into St. Louis.
Davis with the steal, and he will run it out, and that will do it as the Bradley Braves move to 19-9 on the season and 11-6 in Valley play, with an impressive road win here in Springfield by a final of 86-62.
And Duke Dean was the story of this game. 35 points for Duke Dean, 9 triples. He set a record here in Great Southern Bank for threes in this arena.
So again, the final, the Braves over the Missouri State Bears, 86-62. Again, a reminder, our next game will be next week from Murray, Kentucky, as the Murray State Racers will play host to the Belmont Bruins. Our coverage gets underway at 7 Central, the Valley on ESPN. For Kevin Lehman, Brandon Height, and our entire crew, I'm Scott Warman saying so long from Springfield. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN. Thanks for watching tonight's contest. This has been a presentation of ESPN. Again, the final, Braves over the Bears, 86-62. Good night from the Ozarks.